All right, today we're diving into a pretty radical way of looking at reality. It's a perspective that completely flips the script on how we think about change, and it comes from a source known as Bashar. This is going to challenge some of the most basic things we assume are true.
So let's just jump right in. Have you ever felt like the world is just in constant chaotic motion? Like everything is changing so fast you can barely keep up? Well, this model asks a really fascinating question. What if all that change you see out there is just an illusion? What if the world itself isn't actually changing at all?
And here's the core difference. The way we normally see things is, we're all on one planet, on one single timeline, moving forward. But this other view? It says you are constantly, and I mean billions of times per second, shifting between different, static, parallel versions of Earth. That feeling of change isn't the world moving, it's you moving.
So that brings us to our first huge idea here, the illusion of change. The whole concept is that the events you're watching unfold on the news or in your life, they're not happening to one single world that's evolving over time.
This quote just nails it. You never change the planet you're on, you change yourself, and you shift to a parallel reality that already matches the change you've made inside. The big takeaway here is that reality is basically a mirror. Any change you want to see out there has to happen inside you first.
Okay, so if we're constantly jumping between realities, what's the mechanism? What's pulling the levers? Well, that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle, the mechanics of frequency. This is all about how your personal state of being literally tunes you to a specific reality.
Now, in this model, frequency isn't some vague metaphor. It's very specific. It's your total state of being. The combination of your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs. It's the energetic signal you're broadcasting in every single moment.
And this table here lays it out so clearly. If your dominant vibe is fear or doubt or anger, a lower frequency, you literally tune into a parallel reality that reflects that feeling of limitation right back at you. But if you embody joy, creativity, love, a higher frequency, you shift to a world that mirrors that empowerment. It's not about being good or bad, it's just physics.
And this is the main idea to just hold on to. The universe isn't out here rewarding or punishing you. It's just a neutral mirror. It perfectly reflects your own vibration back to you. Simple as that. What you are is what you see.
So, what does this all mean for us, for our ability to actually do anything? Well, it leads to this incredibly empowering idea. You are the co-creator, and it's all about taking back your power from things you thought were external forces controlling your life.
This quote really gets to the core of it. It suggests that all these external systems and authorities, they only seem powerful because we all agree that they are. Their power is literally fueled by our belief. The moment you buy into the idea that they're more powerful than you energize that reality and hand our own power right over.
And the tool to take that power back is what's called neutrality. It's this practice of realizing that things and events have no built-in meaning. A situation is only good or bad because you say it is. When you stop automatically agreeing to be affected by things, you pull your energy back and reclaim your power to create. Okay, so the theory is making sense. But how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? So let's talk about the art of shifting, how to take this thing that's always happening unconsciously and start doing it on purpose.
And here's the thing that's so freeing. You don't have to learn some new complicated skill. According to this model, you are already shifting billions of times every second. The only thing you have to do is become aware that it's happening and then start steering the ship with intention.
So here's a super simple, actionable process. First, you choose the state you want. Is it joy? Clarity? Abundance? Get specific. Second, you embody it. That means you have to feel it in your body right now, not wait for something outside to give you permission. Third, you act from that state. You make choices as if you're already living in that new reality. And finally, the easiest and hardest step, you just allow. You let go and let the external world rearrange itself to match your new vibration.
This also totally changes how we deal with other people. The goal isn't to change the people around you, it's to change your own frequency. And when you do that, you'll naturally just shift to a version of reality where you're surrounded by people who are already a vibrational match for you.
And all of this whole framework, it really just brings us to the ultimate point, your ultimate choice. It boils down to one fundamental question about how you want to live your life.
So, let's recap the big principles here. First,
You're not here to fix a broken world. You're here to choose which version of the world you experience. Second, emotions like joy and creativity aren't just feelings. They are literal reality creation tools. And as you and other people change inside, you collectively start generating entirely new systems. That's what "you are the government" really means. The true power is in our collective consciousness, not some external building.
And this brings it all right back to you. The model says you're shifting. Constantly. That part's not up for debate. So the only real question is, are you steering your ship consciously, with intention? Or are you just creating your reality by default, running on autopilot from old beliefs and programming?
But it's so important to remember this last point. This isn't some new dogma you have to accept. Think of it as an invitation, a set of tools you can play with. Like the source material says, you don't have to believe a word of it. In the end, you and only you get to decide what's true for you.
And so we land on this single, incredibly powerful takeaway from this whole idea. The ultimate act of power, the ultimate act of changing the world, isn't external at all. You don't change the world, you change yourself. And when you do that, the world you experience has no choice but to change right along with you.
Don't miss this. Click the link in the description now to get your copy of The Truth About Life You Were Never Taught. It might just be the missing piece you've been waiting for. If this resonated with you, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more insights like this. See you in the next episode, and thank you for watching.